Hey, hi, hello, welcome to week 4 of the PPL, the big battle against FIZZ and the Atlanta Hawluchas. He is undefeated, top of the power rankings, or, the side that matters, and his team is scary. He's got weather, both sand and rain. He's got, like the Kabutops take care of the rain, the Excadrill take care of the sand. He doesn't have a Mega, so that's unique. And looking at the team he brought, he didn't bring the Tyranitar, which means that the Excadrill is more likely Mold Breaker. So finding out whether that's Choice Scarf or Life Orb, whatever, that's priority. He brought the Articuno, which, I didn't really plan for, but I think Jirachi kind of takes care of that. The big threat on his team is the Volcarona. If that thing starts setting up, that could be trouble. And looking at that Celebi, I knew going in 100% without a doubt he needed something to stop my Mega Lopunny, and I would put my money on that being Celebi. Looking at the team that I brought, a Jirachi with coverage to hit his entire team that he brought, and Stealth Rocks. I have a defensive Rotom with a Rindo Berry and enough speed to outspeed uninvested Celebi, which I'm guessing he brought with Signal Beam. I have a Koba Berry mixed defensive Chestnut with Pin Missile to hit the Celebi, and Stone Edge to hit the Volcarona / Crobat. He didn't bring the Crobat. I have an Adamant-natured Lopunny with Drain Punch over High Jump Kick. I have Choice Scarf Dragonite, which going in, I was planning on leading 100%, but he didn't bring the Tyranitar. It was Choice Scarf to outspeed the Tyranitar with Superpower to knock it out. And finally, I brought the thing that I picked up specifically for this week, Staraptor. Expert Belt with Close Combat, Brave Bird, Roost, and Agility to outspeed anything that wanted to abuse the weather. So, like I said, I wanted to lead Dragonite, but looking at his team, I saw, what really hurts him? Stealth Rocks. So, I'm going to lead with my Stealth Rock setter. He decides to lead, holler if you hear me, Big Papa Pump Excadrill. So I lead with Jirachi, and he knows nothing about me. FIZZ, I don't think he knows anything about me. I stay in because I don't expect him to expect me to stay in. So I'm kind of getting a little risky here. He goes for Stealth Rock, shows that I outspeed him, which means he's not Choice Scarf, which means it's either Life Orb, Leftovers, or some type of berry. I got my rocks up. He's probably going to either attack or spin them away. I move into my Chestnut, the nice, easy, safe switch in. Even if he wants to aerial ace me with the Koba Berry, it is not a 2-hit KO. He rapid spins and shows that he does not have Life Orb. This is either Focus Sash or a type of berry. He's not staying in. I'm going to make the prediction. He's either going to go into his Volcarona or into his Celebi. I'm guessing Celebi. I go for the Pin Missile. He switches out, goes into Celebi, reveals the berry, and Pin Missile hits super effective. Now, I only get 3 hits, but that's not a problem. 3 is better than 2. Not as good as 5. I had no chance of taking that out either way. But to reveal that he is, yes, defensive, and yes, the berry is important. Now, I stated last time with Jirachi, he's probably going to get damage on. I make the switch into my Jirachi, and his Psychic does nothing. Less than Leftovers damage. And here, again, I don't think this thing can really hurt me. So I'm going to get my rocks back up. They hurt his team. Stealth Rocks are super important this game. He decides to recover, and I know this thing can get Earth Power and can do damage to me, but I decide it's not going to be a 2-hit kill anyways. I got my Leftovers. I'm probably faster than this. I'm going to go for the Signal Beam. No physical attack could 2-hit KO this thing, but Signal Beam does about 70%, 75%. He goes for Leap Seed, misses. Not the most important, but it does, matter for the longevity of Jirachi. So here, I'm not expecting him to stay in. I expect him to make the switch. I go for an Energy Ball as he switches in his Excadrill. Again, I know I outspeed this thing, and Energy Ball does about a third. And again, I'm thinking he's going to stay in and Rapid Spin. He needs to get rid of these rocks. I go for another Energy Ball. He goes for the Rapid Spin, which means he can die to this third Energy Ball, but I don't expect him to stay in. He has 2 perfect switches. He can either go into the Articuno or into the Volcarona. My guess is Volcarona, because it's the perfect time for him to set up and do damage to my team, put offensive pressure, but he goes into the Articuno as I go for the Ancient Power and bop this thing right in the face. 4 times super effective. Does about 60%, but more importantly, brings him below 50%. Here, he switches out, goes into his Politoed, sets up the Drizzle. Luckily, he doesn't have any Swift Swimmers, so that's not the biggest of deals. I go for Ancient Power again. You know, I'm not going to go. I made 2 great predictions already, 3 great predictions. Might as well try to kill off that thing and see where it goes. He reveals the leftovers. I get my rocks back up because at this point in time, Volcarona takes 50%. The Articuno dies coming in, and Excadrill is outsped and killed by Jirachi. So, I'm facing this Politoed. He went for the Scald, did good damage in the rain. I'm gonna do damage to this thing because this is the one thing right now that is stopping my Mega Lopunny from cleaning up. He's gonna go for another Scald, and he's gonna get the burn. You know, not the biggest of deals, because I can stay in, I can hit him again. But you know, I think he's going to want to maybe save this thing if it wants to hit Mega Lopunny. So like I said, I'm making the switch, and I'm going out into Rotom Wash. I don't know what this thing can do to hit Rotom Wash, but I know I can at least take 2 of anything and hit him with a Volt Switch. So he goes for the Scald. Doesn't get the burn. And now I have a free Volt Switch out. I'm faster than this thing, so here I'm going to decide what do I want to switch into this. Jirachi, you've done enough work this game. You've put the entire team on your back. You showed up, you hit everything hard, you set up the rocks. It would be fine if you die right here. But instead he goes for the Endeavor, which is some super cool planning on his part, but it doesn't work out from here. Now I have Jirachi in again. You know, I have enough damage from the Rotom to where I can just let Jirachi die off and bring in Lopunny next turn. So that's what I do. After the leftovers, after the burn damage, I'm going to go for the Energy Ball. And I get the special defense drop. Not a big deal. Anything on my team can come in and kill at this point. He goes for the Scald and kills off Jirachi. But, the door is wide open for arguably the best Mega in the game. My second round pick, it fell to the second round. Mega Lopunny is here. Now, I already know that I outspeed this thing without even going for the fake out, so there's no point in trying to get that speed boost. I just go for the Drain Punch. I don't think he would ever try to save this thing. And Mega Lopunny picks up our first kill of the game. We get the crit. It totally mattered. And we're back up to practically full health. Now, I went for Drain Punch over High Jump Kick because I felt that I would be able to get enough chip damage. But he brings in the Cloyster, and this Drain Punch is a roll depending on his investment. I'm adamant. I go for the Drain Punch, and it does not kill the Cloyster. I knew I could take an Icicle Spear as he goes for it, and as long as this thing's not Life Orb or Banded, I can take an Icicle Spear. And as long as he doesn't get a crit on any of these 5 hits. If he gets a crit on any 5, I die, but I live on 9 HP, and I don't have the Quick Attack. He could have killed me with the Ice Shard, but instead he did not have it, and Lopunny picks up the kill. So, now it comes down to one thing. Can he snag a Flame Body Burn? If he does not, I pick up the win. 5-0. I kill Volcarona, and I don't get burned. So going back to the Cloyster, had he had Ice Shard, he would have killed me. I wanted to have Quick Attack, but instead I had Facade in case I did get the Flame Body Burn earlier in the game when Lopunny had enough health. So that's why I didn't have Quick Attack, he didn't have Ice Shard, and I win the game. Here he brings in his Excadrill. I go for the Drain Punch. It's a kill. And my suspicions were confirmed as he does reveal the Chople Berry. Can't save him now. Too low of health from the Jirachi. And all he has left is the Articuno that comes in and dies to Stealth Rock. So, we pick up the win. We beat FIZZ. We are now at the top of the league table. We have 3 wins, 1 loss, and a +9 differential. Now this just goes to show, you know, I prepped so hard for this. I think everything that could have gone correct went correct. I made some good predictions. I was never put on the back foot from turn, 3? I was put ahead, and, you know, I think this time I may get the credit I deserve. To everybody, the doubters, to whoever, if you actually think that I was just the right guy at the right place at the right time, let me say this one more time so you can understand. If you actually think in your mind, if you actually think that I was just the right gay guy at the right place at the right time, you are a more delusional bastard than I thought you were. So, we enjoy this win. We look forward to next week against Eric, Ashitakai, and the Bristol Bidoof. It'll be a fun one. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.